Hi guys, Adam here. I'm with Abdullah. We're outside the Riverside Stadium, 3-1 to United today. Valencia wrapped it up towards the end, made it look a little bit more comfortable, but it didn't feel that way during the game, did it?
I said it was never going to be comfortable, and I think the only criticism of that game was when we took Matter off. There was, for example, if you're going to take Matter off, bring on Fosu or bring on someone who's going to work a little harder. Don't bring on an extra defender when you've already got five, and then you're just exposing yourself. And as soon as we did that, they seemed to all come at us, and I thought they'd get the equaliser in the end. But luckily, Valencia, chases the ball down, and that's what he does really well. And you need players like that who are just going to play their hearts out. And you know what, as well, Jesse Lingard today, another player who works really hard. And I said this to you at whole, how he gets a lot of criticism that he doesn't deserve. And now he scored at Wembley, and every opportunity he has, he might have the odd bad game, but in fact, most of the time, he actually has quite a decent game, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 games.
For me, I think the one thing that's so underrated about Jesse Lingard is without doubt his movement, his positioning. And I think so many English players lack that brain that he seems to have. He's so unselfish, and he did that again today.
That's the thing is, his technical ability might not be the best, but his movement's great, and that's why when he was playing a lot with Zlatan up there, I felt a bit of a connection sometimes, and it's a good player to have in a team. Like, he's a good player to have in a team.
And what a goal, by the way.
Oh, what a goal.
He went a rubbish tapping.
Yeah, that's the only way he scores now these days, and mostly at Wembley. If it's not at Wembley, then it's outside the box on away day. He nearly got one like that against Stoke, I remember. But yeah.
What did you make of Rashford's performance? Because I thought it was very frustrating. I've seen on social media people criticising his finishing. I thought apart from score, he had a fantastic game. Some of his touches, some of his movement, his skills, his trickery, they really excite me. And I can overlook a few misses because of his all-round play. What about you?
I think, personally, the first half, in terms of getting in behind their defence and him and Lingard passing it about really well, Mata getting involved with him, he was doing really well. His finishing obviously let him down, but as a 19-year-old, as long as you get the right movement, as long as you're getting in the right positions, it will come. But in the second half, I thought his legs went, and it was just his legs. It wasn't just until I think Mourinho started clapping, you can see from the side, for him to chase down the ball, and he got Darmian on in the end for him. And I think that's why I didn't have a great half.
I can't believe we subbed Rojo Darmian on. We've now got an international break that we very much needed. Now, look. Jose's been moaning about tiredness and all this. He could have been changing the team up a number of times. Do you think when we come back after the international break that A, will be better off for the rest, and B, we should start maybe trying some players that aren't getting match time?
Yeah, especially with a performance like today. Obviously Middlesbrough are struggling side, but they also don't concede too much. They don't score too much, but they also don't concede too much. And the fact we had players today like Lingard and so on that took their chances means there's a variety around the team, and whenever someone's injured, someone can come in.
But do you think Jose has utilised his squad enough? That's what I'm asking you, because he said we've had so many games, so many this, that and the other. Yeah. But we have used the same kind of nucleus of players. There's a lot of players that haven't had many games. And even when you look at Mickey Marshall, they've played about 20 games this season.
No, but the thing is with them, obviously, they've had their injuries and the ups and downs and all that with Mourinho. But the thing is, like, the squad, you need a starting 11 that you're going to start in most games if you're going to be consistent. And we've seen that he loves doing that at Chelsea. We saw that last time he won the league with them. So obviously that's what he likes to do. And you don't want to be like Guardiola sometimes, where you're tinkering a lot with the team and it goes horribly wrong. And you never know. I mean, like the odd game where you need to bring in a Lingard from Mkhitaryan when he's injured or something like that, I think that's fine. But changing too much, I don't agree with that, because we've seen Van Gaal do that at one point where he randomly takes out Herrera and so on, and then sticks in Fellaini, and then the players' confidence are down, like we saw with Memphis and players like that. And I think one good thing Mourinho has done this season, yes, we haven't been taking our chances and so on and in games and not been getting the free points. One good thing he's done is giving the right chances at the right time for players. Mkhitaryan, maybe Luke Shaw, I think he should have done better with him, handled him better. But Martial, when he come back, perfect timing, started playing really well. Mkhitaryan, amazing timing, with all the media getting on his back. And he seems to trust his players in that way, where the media come out and attack them and say, oh no, Smalling hadn't had a good game. To be honest, I don't think Smalling has been good this season. And then he'll go and play Smalling again, and you know what, that's something Van Gaal didn't do enough, and something Moyes didn't do enough, because Van Gaal seems old-minded, and at the same time Moyes, it was too big for him, and I really think Mourinho's the right man.
I'm not looking for negatives, by the way. I'm just trying to have a discussion about things. But Mourinho today got a result without Pogba, Zlatan, Herrera. I'm looking forward now to after the international break and hopefully seeing some fresh in Manchester United performance. How are you feeling going into that final furlong of the season?
Well, for first, it's we're not sixth anymore, and that's all that matters. I mean, but it's good for confidence now because we got two games in hand. Now you're gonna have City, and I think we could actually do City because they don't seem to do too well against. I know they beat us at the start of the season, but again, like Arsenal, as soon as they crumble, they don't stop falling. And with us, we have had our ups and downs, and that's a good thing though sometimes because maybe that one run of games, like I remember under Van Gaal, Tottenham, Liverpool. I know it was under Van Gaal, but that first season we did do pretty well. You might need one of those because we're going to play Spurs, Tottenham and Arsenal all together. And if we can get maybe 6 points out of those 3 games, I think we're definitely going to get top 4, 100%.
Do you think it's important that we finish as high as possible, top 4 in the league, if we win the Europa League? Does it matter if we finish higher in the league, or do you care?
I do a bit of both because at the same time, obviously, you're going to win the Europa League, you're going through, but if you're going to get top 4, first thing, you're going to knock one of the big boys out, like one of the rivals, and obviously it's a great
That'll be fun in the summer.
Yeah, exactly, and you're making a statement at the same time. Obviously, as in like United are back, maybe players when they're looking at a transfer and you're like, you know what, 2 trophies, one that got us in the Champions League, a European Cup, obviously, and then we're going to play in the Super Cup in the summer if we win the Europa League, meaning we can play a Bayern, Barca. So obviously, when players like Lukaku and so on that we've been hearing that might join us, they're going to look at that and say, you know what, that's a team that I want to join now, and just making that statement. And that's what Van Gaal didn't do and Moyes didn't do enough.
You've said their names far too much in this review, but thank you, Abdullah. You can subscribe to his channel. We'll put the link in the description below. Man of the match. Oh yeah, and you said Fellaini was going to score.
I did, but it was better than I expected. It was old-fashioned, young to Fellaini. Just beautiful. It reminded me of City at home when the 4-2 under Van Gaal.
Partying like a LVG.